All right, we're gonna get this started. It's a little more jinky than I would like it to be, but that's decent. This works. This works. All right. Hey y'all, it's E-Love. I'm coming to you today just making this video. This is not the standard Eddie protocol. I usually like to do things like super detailed, thought out, and elaborate. But sometimes I realize you just gotta take action, and that's what I'm doing here with this video. Right now I'm doing my vision board, which I've been meaning to do for like most of my life. But it usually always seemed like a huge daunting task because you have to, like I've seen other people vision boards and they have like this big picture of the house they want, the exact car that they want. And then I'm looking at myself like, I'm not that crafty. And I'm gonna get to it one day. It's really important, and I've been trying to do it. I wanted to coordinate a big party with my friends and do a vision board like the ones you see in TV and stuff like that. But it just never happened. And then finally I went to my buddy's place, M. Davis places, when I was visiting Pensacola, and I saw his vision board. I'm like, I actually ridiculed his vision board because I was like, there's nothing on your vision board. There's like 4 or 5 things on there. And he was like, yeah, those are just the things that I want. And I was like, you should do more with that. And that's just my personality. Like I definitely one of those people who like to be all lavish and do everything grand in a sense, that 5-star lifestyle. But then I was talking to my buddy Corey, and we were talking about his and how he created his. And once again, his was like super simple, but he was very intentional with his simplicity, because oftentimes what happens to people is that they have all of these different goals and these dreams, and then they get distracted by so many different things and they feel overwhelmed. And the reality is you have a better chance of completing something if you're really focused on and keeping things simple. So he had like 4 different items on his vision board, and I was like, wow, man, that's exactly what I wanted. That's exactly what I need to do, because I need to do this in vision board to really be able to visualize exactly what I want and stay focused every time I see it. But at the same time, I need to keep things simple. So and Corey did a really good thing, and he was like, all right, yeah, I look forward to seeing that vision board, because sometimes you need that accountability, and that's exactly what I need sometimes. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out really quickly. It's very simple. I think on my list right now, my top things that I want to do is get my Amazon FBA business to the point where I'm producing 3 different products simultaneously. And then another one is to complete my bachelor's degree, which I've been lagging on it for the longest time because I couldn't justify it. But the reality is, if I just knock it out in 9 months, it's out the way. And I've realized that people who I've known who have degrees, their education and their knowledge is so much more, and their ability to articulate their things is just, there's themselves and their ideas is so much more. So I'm just really equating the knowledge behind it. I definitely read books a lot more, and I'm doing the bachelor's because I started it and I said I was going to do it, and I know that by doing it I'm able to increase my knowledge as well. So I'm just going to knock it out this year, and that's what I'm going to put on my vision board as well. And then the third thing that I'm going to add to there is to read 12 books. Knowledge is power. And I realized it becomes a huge thing. All the successful people that I know read books, and they read a lot of books. So I can at least read 12 books a year, which is nothing to me now. But I want to make sure I'm reading a book a month and prioritizing that time to read that book. And then the second thing I'm going to add is my why. And I actually received an awesome card during Christmas time from this guy, Alexander, and it was actually one of the ladies who I go to church with, and her son. He did this thing where he gave everyone a word to define them and represent them. And I've been looking for that one word to define myself, a lot of times I use the words consistent and disciplined because those are things that I lack the most, and those are things that I want and value the most because I know the benefits of those things. But he blew my mind as he started talking to me and prophesizing about my life and stuff like that. And his word for me was historic. And that changed. Like it solidified everything that I wanted to do. Because for those that know me, or for those who even don't know me, the reason why I do what I do is it's just been my goal to always want to help other people, any way I can, whatever that's meaning for their lives. And recently I've been able to really kind of hone in on why I do what I do. And it's to help others reach the pinnacle of their success, whatever that may be for their life. And I want to make sure that but my thing is focusing on reaching the pinnacle of their success in the financial realm, because oftentimes I see people with all these gifts and all these great things, and they're not able to get to a point where they're able to monetize these abilities and these gifts that they're given and benefit and help and serve other people around them. So that's kind of been my thing. Like I've always been really good at making money and figuring out ways to make money and acquiring money. And I want to just help people do that. Sometimes they overstress things, they make things so complicated. And I don't understand why people struggle financially. So therefore, I do take a lot of time to understand people and get to know them, and I listen to people and to figure out ways where I can help them to create additional income. Because the way that I see it is when you're able to actually get yourself a financially stable and independent, you're able to focus so much more on other things and helping other people because you're not worried about paying your bills month to month. So therefore, by me helping them get that financial situation in place, they're able to then to focus on spending time with their family, their friends, and doing all the great things. Because sometimes, like, I remember I went through a phase when I became debt free and I got everything. I mean, I pretty much had everything I wanted. I mean, I've always kept myself as responsible, kind of like, hey, I was very selective in what I wanted. I only wanted things that I could get. So when I became debt free, it was really awesome. Like, it was really simplistic, and but I had all this money, and I had a nice savings and stuff like that, but I didn't know what to do with it. So I just bought people gifts all the times, and I was like, okay, what do you need? Here, take this money, take this. Cool. It was great. And I had to stop that because people criticized me for always giving and giving too much. So during the time frame, I just focused on me and my partner at the time, and I just spent money on us. And we traveled the world, and we did all these great things together. We had all these lavish date nights and stuff like that, and great things. But for me, that wasn't really, I was still missing something. And I realized now the thing that I was missing is that I love helping people to do those same things because they're more passionate about traveling the world and doing all these great things. I do these out of necessity at the time, just to make my partner happy. And I was like, and I enjoyed it. After doing it for a while, I realized how valuable those things are, to see the different cultures and experience different things. But just for the most part, summing it up, I want to help other people do that. So I can travel with my friends and we don't have to worry about budgets. And it was like, oh, I can't afford this. And then I have to come out of my pocket and hurt myself financially because they're not able to do the same thing. So that's just kind of been my why. I just want to help people reach the pinnacle of their success and definitely make sure that they're financially independent and they're financially stable at least, so that they can really enjoy life and help others around them and experience life to the fullest. And so that's kind of what this represented. It's historic for me, is because I have big plans for my life and big plans for those people's lives that I will help, or I'm able to help. I want to be able to help. Maybe that's a better word to say at this point. Because I try to be a positive light in everyone who I interact with. And so this kind of gets sidetracked. So there definitely is going to be a new video that comes up where I do this lavish launch video where everything's perfect. I actually recorded it. So I rented a studio. I took photos and everything like that. I had to buy a new computer. and all these great things for my YouTube video launch. And things got complicated. Things got really complicated because the computer that I bought, it couldn't handle the processing speeds that I wanted and the program that I wanted to use. It was too extreme for it. And I was like, how rude of you. So now I'm just gonna take the action. I'm gonna put that video out there, and then there should be definitely more videos to come. The reason why I'm really doing this is my dad has been encouraging me for the longest, and my brothers as well. It's just to document my life, to see where I've gone, to hopefully if I can help other people who are watching this. But really it's just kind of document my life and all the great things. And sometimes you forget those great things and you forget to appreciate those things. So this allows me to look back on my life and all the journey, the things I've overcome, the things I'm going to accomplish, and how I get those things done. And then hopefully somebody can learn from my journey itself. But yeah, so that's eLove, that's me. This is the video. It's my vision board. Like, I'm putting it up on my board right now. It's super simple. I have 4 items on my vision board, and I'm gonna take a picture of it, but it's really simple, basic, but I love it. Sometimes that's necessary in life.